all that good stuff. Good morning, Chess. Good morning, Harvard Yard. Good morning, everybody. Tomorrow's the Showcase Challenge, so, and then there's a bunch of PTQs next week, so we're definitely still in try-hard mode. This is one of 4 decks I'm considering for this next week of tournaments. It's like this, Bant Ephemerate, Blue-Red Storm, and then the Blue-Red Through the Breach deck. I'm pretty scared of playing the Breach deck if I think Humans is popular again. And I do kind of think Humans is going to be popular again. But besides that, I really like where Breach is in the metagame. I will say I'm also pretty afraid of this matchup as the Sultai deck. Just like Stormwing Entity is so hard to kill. It's pretty rough. Alright, I'll probably remand the dragon again here. Yeah, Bant and Sultai are definitely like the top 2 contenders. Like, if they missed their land drop, I wish I had made a 1/1 shark and blocked, but whatever. Yeah, Bant and Sultai definitely, the top 2
Welcome,
on that list.
To the Shark Typhoon.
Well, I could definitely see myself ending up playing something else. Good morning, Typhoon. You did draw a Fatal Push or a Thirst. 10 months, hell yeah. I'm gonna counter draw. I can see an argument for counter tapping, but we really want to find a 1-mana removal spell. A 2-mana removal spell. I mean, Assassin's Trophy is good in this matchup because it does answer Stormwing Entity, which is just such a difficult thing to do. Oh man. Just like not a great answer to these guys though. Down to 9 life. Sunken Hollow, probably not getting the job done. We get 2/2 Shark and Trophy. A 1/1 Shark and Trophy. I'm just gonna Jace. We have 5 1-mana removal spells to draw. Cool, that's one of them. Let me
What's
put
up?
back
It's me,
Watery
your friend, Aspiring
Grave,
Spike.
Polluted Delta. Guess we'll just push the mage now. Pass. Hope not to be dead. They have 3 cards, probably dead. Oh, land is good for us. Sprite Dragon, a little less good. Okay, Poppy, many more months to fall. 3 months in a row. You make working from home not so terrible. Really happy to hear it, dude. Thanks for coming back. And an early hype train. Very, very nice. Yeah, this is definitely like the of all the prowess variants, this is the one I don't feel favored as Sultai. I feel favored against black red, mono red, I guess like all the mono red variants, but not blue red with Sultai. And it's mostly due to Stormwing Entity.
Your friend, Aspiring Spike.
And I am also, I guess, still trying to figure out exactly how I want to sideboard. I've also changed some cards today. Acolyte, 8 months. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I've also made some changes for today. So I'm playing the 3rd Archmage's Charm over the 2nd Typhoon, which is something I'd wanted to do. I was just worried about being able to cast it. And so to help cast it, I've cut the Aboro for a Flooded Grove. And so now I have 2 blue filter lands to help me cast my charms and my cryptics. And I'm also playing Ouphes over Pithing Needles, since most of the things I'm trying to hit with Pithing Needles are artifacts anyways. And I do like that this stops all of Ouphes' spells, artifacts, mana. It's really good against mono green Tron. Good morning, B_sent. B_sent. Sorry. Don't want to seem ungrateful. I actually don't hate Remand on the play. It's like okay against both Sprite Dragon and Stormwing Entity. Not so good on the draw though. I think on the draw we'll be playing like more Gust, maybe like the first Force of Negation. But on the play, this configuration looks fine. I'm gonna keep this. Had some trouble playing that, but it's in play now. Two Remands is maybe a few too many. If my opponent plays... I guess I'm just going to remand this. Spell Pierce. Guess that's okay. Kind of has to be okay. Alright. Well, you can't counter Abrupt Decay. I guess they could have Apostle's Blessing. Just pass it back. My opponent could go like Sprite Dragon with Spell Pierce mana up, and we could Spell Snare it, and then cast Decay without them being able to Spell Snare it. Or Spell Pierce it, sorry. So we could take 2 down to 12. Doing okay here. Spiral. I think that I want to Mystic Sanctuary Abrupt Decay and then try to Remand something and then Decay a Swift Spear. And then next turn Snap Decay. That could just get all their threats off the field.
It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Waffle, thank you for your subscription. Hope you're having a good day today. Do I want donation? No, it's cool. Don't need any money.
What's up? It's
no
me, your
donations
friend,
here.
Aspiring Spike.
Waffle, new subscription, and Sean Bruno, 3 months. Thank you, guys. Please keep your money. Morning, Shotgun. Oh, dude, if they don't have a 0 mana spell, getting to trade Snapcaster Mage for Monastery Swift Spear is a dream come true. I guess we get to trade it for the 0 mana spell if they have one. Wow, dreams do come true. Hell yeah, that's exciting. I'm gonna play this tapped. I think I want to gust this in combat so they can't just draw into it off Fiery Islet. Any reason why we run Vista over a Scalding Tarn? The ability to fetch a Mystic Sanctuary would be more relevant. I disagree. I think the ability to fetch all 3 colors painlessly is more relevant. We already have 8 fetch lands that find Mystic Sanctuary, so it's not like we... maybe I should have gusted it in response to that. I don't really feel like we're like really hurting to find Mystic Sanctuary. And we're only playing 1 Vista, but I've liked it. We do have to draw some gas, I suppose. That pause there makes me think that they have a dispute. I think I'll just like go ahead and run this into a potential dispute. Spell Pierce is fine too. They put the Swift Spear on top, so still swinging at us. Drawing a basic island stinks. They sack the Lantern to draw a card instead of Fiery Islet, then they draw another Lantern. Okay. Exiling the Gust, hitting me for 2, down to 8. Draw another land off the top. Damn it. Yeah, I've liked the one of Vista. I would really recommend it. It can be awkward to draw 2, which is why we're only playing 1. But I think I'm usually pretty happy to draw the first copy. Probably should sack their Dart now. They're not going to. We're at 4 life. I feel like this has been happening so much lately. I just keep flooding out. I'm even playing 27 lands instead of 28, which a lot of people do. Yeah, early best draw, of course. We're not dead to just the Dart. Well, we still have a draw step. Another land. Those 4 lands in a row? And my opponent F6 through their turn. It's weird because they said something in chat. Do I think there's a possibility for Winota to be successful in Modern? Or what is holding it back? Well, Winota's like pretty soft to interaction, I think. And there's a lot of it. I think consistency, being soft to really cheap, efficient removal, and just being out solitaired is the problem. There seems to be a lot of different things that make it, not a force in Modern, but it is also possible that it's, worth brewing around and trying to find a good list. It is probably difficult to find the perfect Winota build, and Winota is a very powerful card. What do you think of the new Sultai Flippy God? I think it's really good. I think it's Modern playable. I don't know if it's going to be like so good that it establishes a whole archetype or anything, but I like the card a lot. No love for Boil in this deck. No, the problem is Boil costs red mana, and we have no lands that make red, unfortunately. Opponent missing their second land drop? Well, no, they hit it. Thoughts on the blue Figure of Destiny? It's interesting. I think Blue-White Spirits is like a pretty powerful deck, but the problem is, I feel like Blue-White Spirits has always needed another good one drop besides Mausoleum Wanderer, and an ability to just not get flooded in the late game. Hopefully we draw Flooded Grove. Speaking of flooded, it also needed some insulation against being flooded. And this card kind of does both of those things. It's another good one drop, and it is insulation from Mana Flood. So I will watch its career with great interest in the Blue-White Spirit stack. I think that in straight blue-white you can pretty easily you could probably play the blue-white Snowland and then 4 Hallowed Fountain, 4 Prismatic Vista, and then have mostly basics in your mana base. I guess I'll pitch the second Cryptic, so I can't cast it yet. Yeah, I added a second filter land today to I just don't understand these lists that play 4 Archmage's Charm and don't play all these filter lands. I'm playing 3 today, and I'm playing 2 filter lands to just try to stop this from happening. But I just see it a lot. Such greedy mana bases, in my opinion. Yeah, Poison I think is fine. I like the old Poisonous. I think I'm going to trophy this guy too. The old Poisonous mechanic is a lot more balanced in fact. That is a Secret Lair Assassin's trophy. So our opponent has a Ranger Captain in their hand. So I'm not going to obviously fight over that. Over the Sprawl, I'll fight over the Captain. So hope they don't have a second one. Won't be the end of the world. Vehicle God is garbage? I disagree. I mean, I think it's maybe not modern playable, but probably would be pretty good in standard. It does feel like maybe on this channel, especially because we mostly focus on modern. I think I'm gonna wait a turn on this Uro here.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
It does feel like people look at cards like, oh, this card is not modern playable, it's bad. But most Magic cards aren't gonna be modern playable. Reaper is 7 months. We probably should have a name for the baby now. You gotta. We'll name it when it gets born. I'm gonna remand this. Can I Mystic Sanctuary and Cryptic Command next turn? I need 5 blue mana, which I have. I need 8 mana, which I also have. Sick. Yeah, I think the blue vehicle god is going to be, playable in standard, and it seems like to be an interesting card. It's going to counter draw. I'm not going to bounce the Heliod. We can be infinite life if they have a spike feeder. It's going to be a pain. They're also dead to this attack, which is kind of nice. Maybe I should have bounced the Heliod because they're dead to the attack. It's got to be a really bad feeling Ballista. Well, my opponent hasn't conceded yet. Okay, there they go. Are there any decks that feel good against these 800 tick 4-color decks that the god accounts are around? I think Blue-Red Prowess is pretty good against most of the 4-color piles. Green-White Heliod I think is fine against them. Blue-Red Storm is really good against them. Mono-Green Tron is okay. I think Ponza with Karns are fine against them, but not Ponzas with Bloodbraid Elves. So the Ouphes to stop their combo. I think I don't like Bloodchief's Thirst in this matchup. Usually like to play 1 or 2 Force of Negation. I think this looks fine to me. The only concern with the Sultai god is that its only real target is itself and Kodals. Well, you can also get back lands if you play the other half that mills itself. Or sorry, not sorry, that's the other card. You can get back lands if they're in the graveyard, but there also could be other snow payoffs in the set, right? Keep this. I'm really glad they didn't have a turn 1 accelerant with this hand. Let me go ahead and get a Triome into play. Usually view that to be pretty important. So we can Uro with Remand or Spiral Up, or we could just go like Jace bounce Conclave Mentor. Both seem fine to me. I'm not sure which is better. I think the Uro line feels a bit safer to me, and I feel pretty ahead right now. I think my opponent mulliganed. Yeah, they mulled to 6, and I think when you feel ahead like this, it's good to make the more conservative play. Best land in Modern, Misty Rainforest. That's a problem. Good morning, Spitoo. That is also a problem. Although we have 2 islands in play right now, which is more islands than I'd like to be in play with a choke, but not necessarily undefeatable. I think I'm going to go Jace plus Brainstorm here. We did not draw an answer to choke. Their hand is Choke Mystery card. Attack Jace. We have 2 Abrupt Decays and 1 Assassin's Trophy to kill the Choke, and I guess Cryptic Commands too. My opponent is not playing their Choke. Well, that's a freebie, I guess. I mean, they're going to cuss Coco, but it's fine. We also can... They They didn't cast the Coco when I tapped out. Not really sure what's happening. So I'm going to Fatal Push this, and my opponent kind of needs to crack their Relic in response so I can escape Uro. Let's make that happen, you know. Pass back. Flooded Grove doing work, letting me cast both charms here. They didn't cast anything? What the hell? Gotta pay my actors less. I'm just gonna remand that. I want to Uro before I brainstorm, so I can see the most cards. I don't think I need this Fatal Push. You can't believe that a worse cancel is good enough for Modern. In what way is this a worse cancel? That's like the most disingenuous representation of a card I've ever seen. I think I'm just gonna let this resolve too. We're just so ahead. We need to stop them from resolving like another choke. I guess we have the Force of Negation, but we get to escape Uro, so we get another card advantage engine. Archmage Charm is a worse cancel, is the take for sure. Why do we think they had Coco? We knew we remanded Choke to their hand, and then they just passed. Then they just passed with mana up. So I'm like, oh well, surely they have Coco, but they just did nothing, and they could have cast Choke, and I couldn't have countered it. But they have no cards in their hand now, so. Keep this. Put back Uro number 2. Every time I have Uro in my hand, I just never mind getting discarded. I cast it, I only had 2 up, waiting to play around League, or double spell with apparition. I gotcha. I don't know. I didn't have a way to counter it, but obviously you didn't know that. Rough spot for sure. Good morning, sir. This is probably the red-black moon deck. I don't know why I would need to explain my opinion on the Star Wars movies in chest, since it seems like you already know that I just share the same opinions that you do. I don't know what the point of me explaining it would be. Yeah, pretty cool too, this start. I think we're supposed to cycle Typhoon for 0 here to try to find a Force of Negation. That seems like the most likely way to me to win the game, which we did not find. Seen the new Angel, the Snow Hate one? Seems okay. Ooh boy. Easy. By easy, I mean we can now cast some more cards in our deck. Channeler's been a pretty good 2-mana 1/3 so far this game. They discard Dreadbore, they reveal Thoughtseize Blood Moon, they decide to play Thoughtseize. I imagine they take my Remand because that's the only playable spell. They play a Bone Crusher Giant that we remanded last turn. Okay. Player may concede at any time. Yeah, do you feel like this matchup really just revolves around the Blood Moon? So I always do my best to hedge against it. I'll play 2 4s. They also usually play a lot of graveyard hate. I could see cutting the Snapcasters. Might go down on Cryptic Commands and Charms because Moons are so good against those cards. Could see playing only 3 Fatal Push, maybe 3 Spiral. Do I not respond to Twitter DMs? I do respond to them. I haven't checked them in a while. Alright, I'll look right now. If you want to see deck lists, you can ! deck and click the see my stream decker for all my decks, and they're all there. They're all there. Yeah, I'm trying to play more Charms than Shark Typhoons, which I view to be pretty good right now. Still unsure, just kind of trying it out today. I'm gonna get some water.
Oh! I was like, the door's opening very smoothly.
Esther was coming in like right as I opened the door. Let's keep this. I think that we need to fetch a Triome on turn 1 so we can play turn 2 Decay, turn 3. Oh, I didn't bring in the Veil of Summers. What am I doing? Well, if they take the Decay, I just won't fetch. Not running all the Force of Negations versus Blood Moon is interesting. Well, I just brought in 4 Aether Gusts, and I also have the Decays and the trophies, so I have, like, a lot of answers. And Force of Negation is just generally not that good against them, outside of answering Blood Moon and Boil. I'm getting second island here. It's a good draw. Well, I think I'm not gonna counter that. I think I'll just draw 2. Probably want to get my second forest here, and now if they get a Blood Moon down, we can escape Uro. You know, they have Spell Bomb, but at some point we have the ability to. Using into the permanent over the spell. I mostly just hadn't thought the whole thing out. Doesn't really matter though. There's no difference. And this is bad if they have land. Cryptic Commanding this is bad if they go land plus Blood Moon. I think I'm not playing around that since Blood Moon is maybe not that bad for us here. Turn off auto yields. Interesting. Interesting that they chose Thoughtseize over Liliana. I guess. Yeah, I guess I'm just not sure what they're holding up instead. Oh, whoops, we need to play Watery Grave here to have Remand plus Charm up. Sorry. I was thinking that I could filter. This is the wrong filter land. Stomps me. We could hard cast Force on this and then still have Remand up for their turn. Should be fine with my opponent who missed a land drop, and I am interested in not letting them have a Bone Crusher. They did discard a Blood Moon earlier. They left in some number of Fatal Push, which is like a little sus. It's a good draw. It's also a good draw. I think I'm gonna wait. Push this guy, hold up Charm for a turn. So I can counter to Liliana, then untap and slam the Jace. It's pretty bad if they draw like exactly Thoughtseize, but cool. Nice to make them use a spell bomb before I even draw Uro. Blood Moon does not change the name of the land, if that's your question. They still have the same name, they just are mountains. Just gonna brainstorm, I'm not playing around Lightning Bolt. I think I want to keep the second field, so I'll put the Uro on top, wait a turn to do that. To make a ton of zombies next turn. The old Thoughtseize this card. Thank you, Esther. No, I'm just gonna finish this real quick. Right,
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Those are hiding under the oofs. Charm was good that game. I think on the draw I'm going to cut the Cryptics. Like, these cards are uncastable if they resolve Blood Moon, and they can be a bit slow, especially when all their threats cost 3. Yeah, I kind of like lowering the curve on the draw. Imin, thank you for your second month in a row. Love to see second month. Does that logic also hold with Spreading Seas? I've often found it strange that Sea turns off Tron lands. Yeah, you know what? I know that Seas does turn off Tron lands. I am under the impression that it still keeps the name, so I don't know why that's how it works. So, Judge, let me keep this. Thanks, stranger. You're having a good day today. Modern is great right now, I think. If I draw another fetch land, I'm going to be really happy I played this. Then I can get a bunch of different basics into play before Blood Moon comes down. So I think is what I want to do. Cool. It's an interesting draw. I think I'm going to play Watery Grave. That way I could cast an Archmage's Charm that I draw next turn instead of playing Fields of the Dead. Max, 10 months in a row. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for that. Opponent discards Seasoned Pyromancer, which is odd, to reveal Bone Crusher Giant and Engineered Explosives. Neither are very good here. They choose Explosives, and I'm just kind of thrilled that they're going to put an EE on 0 into play. I imagine they have another 3-drop to play if they're going to discard Spyro, and it's probably Blood Moon. It's a Spyro. Okay. Fair enough. Discarding a Bone Crusher and a Dreadbore. I think I'm just going to get the Triome. Yeah, stinks. They discarded my 2-drop, and top of my library has not been super kind. Hey, Will, how's it going? What do I think about playing some Pioneer next Thursday? Actually, what? Hold on. Is next Thursday the PTQ? Is next Thursday is there a modern PTQ on Thursday? I actually needed to ask this. I need to double check. I know I've accepted Dono decks for that day. We may have to do a different day next week. Super Qualifier is in. There's one on Monday, and then this is 7 days from today. This is one on Friday. Okay. So what day is the Legacy PTQ? 5 days. That's Thursday. Can maybe just skip the Legacy one. Interesting draw. I might play the standard PTQ on Wednesday, depending on what time it is. If it's off stream, it's probably incredibly good EV. It's probably like just insane value to play. Damn it, that turns on the channeler. It's pretty unfortunate for us. I guess I guess I'm just gonna draw 2 here and try to either draw an Uro to discard or draw a Fatal Push for channeler. Or draw nothing.
Welcome, Spikelings, to the Shark Typhoon.
Alright, Uro into removal spell. Mike, 18 months in a row. Welcome back, dude. Thank you so much for that. Hope you're having a good day today. Tough stuff. Tough stuff. I would probably play Esper 1 if I was going to play standard right now, though. I wish I had tested more with it. Looking back, I feel like I just kind of got mana screwed a lot when I was testing. And I probably let that sway my opinion of the deck too much. What's the verdict on Pioneer? Yes to Pioneer on Thursday. I'm down. Is it the same guy? No, but looks like maybe we get to test this matchup some more. What's the 1 in Esper 1? I actually don't know. It's just like it's Esper, Yorion, Doom Foretold, and I know Andrea Mingucci calls it Esper 1, and I like the name, and I don't know why it's called that though. I don't know the lore. Flooded Grove. Not Flooded Grove. Restoration Angel, but instead blinks O-ring any number of your permanents.
Welcome, Spikelings, to the Shark Typhoon.
Is that the lore of Esper 1? Or that's a new spoiler? Blind MTG should be a lucky month. Yeah, I think 7's a pretty lucky month. Welcome back, dude. Thank you for that. Oh, John, I see. We are in the 1-2 bracket. So that makes sense. He calls Esper deck Esper 1, that's fair. The 3rd Force of Negation. How do people play so many charms? I'm trying out more charms because charms are so good right now. TSP Gendrick plays 4 charms in all of his decks, and all of his 3-color decks, with like, and he has I play 2 filter lands, and he has got. I feel like I'm better at casting charm than he is with my mana base, and I just don't get it. More lands. He plays 1 more land, but he also played that 1 land is a Field of Ruin that I've cut, and Field of Ruin is, I also think kind of sketchy in the mana base. $29? 29 is so many. Now we can just cast the charm and things are fine, but that proof the charm is worse than cancel. I don't know. I'm thinking that we maybe go back to the old version that only plays 2. I need to draw our answer to the Goyf, and we're doing fine if we do. We have like so many. What is this? Kolaghan's Command? To deal me 2 and make me discard a card? Well, I'm not going to force that. What if I had an Uro in my hand? I could have just discarded that. Alright, pass back. I probably just am not supposed to read so much into the mana problems. Just accept them when they come. No Bloodbraid Elf is really nice. I think I'm gonna draw 2, I think, and then force the Liliana, but we need to draw an answer to this, which we did. I think I'd like to Mystic Sanctuary Charm and then Decay the Goyf. Cling to Dust might be bad. Ginger plays 28 but no spirals. I even feel like spiral helps you cast charm though, so that if you have if you have a one land, like if you have a forest that doesn't cast Charm on turn 2, you can Spiral. Then on turn 3, you can cast your Charm. So that's also a part of the reason why I like the Spirals. Besides Spiral being a broken Magic card. Is there a reason to get Sanctuary on upkeep instead of end of turn? Not like a super strong reason. Just like you have more mana untapped. There's really no difference though. It doesn't play around anything. It's just kind of a habit I'm in. Like, which is largely from Legacy, because it's usually a bit better to fetch on your upkeep than your end step. But there are like random times where that's not true. I think I'm gonna just take a draw step. That way I can trigger Field of the Dead here. And now we can spiral into... make it Mystic Sanctuary into Spiral. I saw a list that was playing 4 Archmage's Charms and 3 Fields of the Dead recently that was doing well. I still don't know how they do it. I'm playing 2 Filter Lands because I'm so scared of not being able to cast Charm, and I'm still not always able to cast Charm. That's your list? Yeah, how I don't know. This feels so crazy to me. Spiral first, so we get a zombie with Sanctuary, but if we Sanctuary first, we get to actually draw 2 cards right now, which I think is better. That's a good card. A game-ending card, even. Yeah, I thought about yelling. I'm just not awake enough yet. I haven't finished this cup of coffee. I've also been yelling a lot. I feel like the bit's dying, and I like the bit, so I kind of want to save it. You played no Field of Ruins, so you have 24 blue sources. Can you post your list in chat just so I can compare? Because I really am just trying to wrap my brain around it. But, I mean... You play 29 lands, 3 of them are Field of the Dead. I play 27 lands. And I have 21 blue sources, but 2 of them are filter lands. Do you not play the second basic forest? It's also 4 colors. So you're not playing, I'm playing Ren and 6 instead of Decay, which is kind of similar mana requirements. 1 Flooded Grove. Do you play the second basic forest? Not playing the basic mountain. No basic swamp. I feel like I fetch basic swamp pretty often though. I get no Sunken Hollow in this deck. Also, like, getting a second Triome is so nice. But we can't really play 2, I think. I wonder if I should cut the second forest. I wonder if I can get away with that. I need a sideboard, don't I? I think I'm going to play the first or maybe second forest. No trophy. No thirst. Oh, whoops. Opponent probably like brings in a ton of graveyard hate. You can maybe play Gargaroths. Why can't we play 2 Zagoth Triome? Field of the Dead is the main reason. It's also like an extra tap land, which kind of stinks. But we could maybe we could play. Maybe we could not play. I know I fetch Overgrown Tomb all the time. Overgrown Tomb, like with the Abrupt Decays and the mana base, are so tough. Maybe I just shouldn't be playing Decay. But Decay has been so good for me. TSP Jindrik plays Decay. Keep this. Thirst kills Ren. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I keep forgetting about that. Thirst is probably better than Push then. We'll do that. We'll change that for game 3. Maybe with 4 Ghost Spiral, I can play the second Triome. Yeah. We should be boarding in the second Thirst for sure. I'm down to play more Thirst for game 3. I keep forgetting that it kills Ren in 6. I don't think I've ever gotten to do it. But as soon as I get to Thirst or Ren in 6, I'll remember. You guys think like a second Triome is just the tech? It's just going to be the truth? Is Remand great because of Uro, or would I be playing it regardless? It's because of Uro and Veil of Summer. Against Veil of Summer, you can choose to remand your own spell, or you can just or if they Veil of Summer your remand, you still get to draw a card, and it's very good against Uro. Every time I register Mana Leak and my opponent casts an Uro, I just feel so silly. But Remand is very good against Uro. Do I agree with my opponent's hand disruption targets? Yes, depending on what their hand is. It's really hard to like comment on exactly what your opponent takes with discard spells without knowing the full contents of their hand, but it seems like my opponent has a threat that they want to resolve through these 2 mana interactive spells, and that's exactly what it was. It was Klothys, so checks out. But yeah, I see a lot of times people will criticize, well, what is taken with a discard spell, and I definitely am guilty of it too, but you never have full information unless you know their hand. Yeah. When / if Uro gets banned, I'll be playing less remands. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring in Gargaroths too for game 3. My opponent just has so much graveyard hate. I just love bringing Gargaroths whenever they have all these lanterns and Colossuses and stuff. Also, we do 2 Field of the Dead. Definitely bringing in Gargaroths. I might even trim an Uro. I trim a Snapcaster. They have so much graveyard hate. Tailspin seems pretty decent on the play. I'm actually thinking, counting Fetch Land, Rin and 6, Liliana, Klothys, Ashiok. Bushes seem good against them. I mean, we're playing 4 1-mana black removal spells. And I think Thirst is better because it kills Rin and 6. It could also kill Liliana. Although I forgot about that when I was sideboarding earlier. But it's like we're also on the play where we like needing to kill a like their 2-drop is a little less relevant, but like how many do you want to play? Do you want to play the full 6, and what do you want to play them over? I think 4 1-mana black removal spells is the number I'd like to play in this matchup. Let's keep this. It's not very good, but I think it's hard to mulligan against the discard deck. Does this deck exist without Uro? I don't know, but Uro does exist, so I'll think about it when Uro gets banned. The first time my Sultai Bruna's Vengeance deck got posted to YouTube, there were a bunch of comments like, man, this deck wouldn't be possible without Uro, but I was so heartbroken because the deck is so cool and Uro does exist, right? So the deck is possible. And pass. Did I see Canister's Tibble Trickery tweets? Karsten's. I did, yeah. I mean, turn 3 Emrakul that like folds to any pieces of interaction honestly seems super fine to me, but it is cool. I think I'm gonna cycle Typhoon for 0. Although it does kind of stink to like shock in my green source and grow the Goyf with the enchantment. But we drew a push. Alright, I think I'm just not gonna... Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna cycle the Triome. Or I'm gonna hope to not have to cycle the Triome. Just like against Liliana, it feels so bad. Cool. They're just doing some work this game. How often do I cycle Triome? Not very often, but like when we're pretty flooded like we are, I think it's fine to hold on to it with like the possibility of cycling it, but... And maybe I should have discarded Sanctuary. But it does not happen very often. I guess I'm getting a Forest. Oh, this does mean I can't cast a Charm or a Cryptic if I draw them immediately, but having a second green for Uro is also pretty relevant. And I do have another blue source in my hand. Yeah, I'm glad I trimmed an Uro and cut the I trimmed a Snapcaster too. Just have so much graveyard hate, it's crazy. They also targeted an island, so I don't think that they have Boil in their deck, but maybe they do. Oh, right. The Sunken Ruins. Sorry. Been easy. I'm not going to crack the fetch, because it can be turned into a zombie. Bloodbraid Elf into Decay. Beautiful. What's my take on Thirst? It's kind of sick. I think Thirst is worse than any number of Fatal Push in the main deck, usually. But is often good in combination with Fatal Push. And I've liked the cards. Definitely modern playable. There aren't so many Ren and 6 that it's just like a super necessary thing to have, I think. I'm gonna cast now because I draw a counter spell. I could counter the Liliana. Now I get to look smart. First time for everything. I'm playing 4 push in the main, 1 Bloodthirst in the main, and then the second Thirst in the sideboard right now. I'm just discarding the Decay. They can't escape the Crooks of this turn because they have the basic Forest. We also don't take 3 this way, and we can Mystic Sanctuary, Cryptic Command back maybe. Crooks are good though. Love to draw something that draws a card. Oh, they have Cage. Combo. Combo. Good
What's up?
building.
It's me, your friend Aspiring
Mr.
Spike.
Sipper, 11 months in a row. Welcome back. Thank you for that. Hope you have a good day today. Despite all their rage, Crooks is in a Cage. Why would you play Cage in your Crooks deck when you can just play more Spell Bombs or Lanterns, Surgicals? They also, I mean, maybe they don't see it. Like I didn't see it. They probably do. This is a good draw as well. Yeah, maybe you're supposed to, yeah, trimming Crooks so when you bring it in is okay. But I mean, we've seen other graveyard hates. They're playing Ashiok's. They're playing Nile Spellbomb. They're playing Clothis. They just have so much graveyard hate. Like, why do they also need Cage? You know what I mean? Also, my opponent cast Wildfire before I played Field, which is probably fine because I needed to find some gas. Why is this targeting their Forest? Is that just a misclick? What the hell? Why isn't this targeting my Field of the Dead? Weird. Yeah, it's just got to be a misclick. It's got to be a misclick, I think. This doesn't do anything. Ah, I see. That's why they targeted it. Makes sense. Don't worry, once Tybalt is printed, Jund will become tier 1 immediately. Once you guys can get your hands on the new Tybalt, you'll get to steal Uros, copy Uros, cascade into Tybalt. It'll be great. And we'll try it out. I'm being a little facetious, but I do think that the new Tybalt is playable in modern Jund. Is Lurrus Jund really worse than traditional Jund, Lurrus main deck? I haven't been super impressed by Lurrus in the main deck. It's like worse than Liliana and Spyro, in my opinion. And so it's like any Lurruses you play are kind of like in addition to, you know, those 3 drops, which is a lot of 3 drops. It is count. It is count. Is it possible there's a Charlotte's Agent Legacy deck for Tybalt? I mean, it is kind of cool that you can kind of set up the Cascade with Brainstorm with Charlotte's Agent, so I'm not going to be super quick to discount that sweet combo, I suppose. Should Charlotte's Agent be in Modern? Probably be really good, but not too good. But I also think that not being too good has never been a good argument for why a card should be in a format. Not broken does not mean should be in the format. Yeah, I really want to try to cycle hit a land, so I'll just remand this. Yeah. Buffing blue-green's a bit ambitious as well, I agree. With the all-access token, have I noticed more Uro deck? I haven't, no. I understand that there is this popular opinion that nobody can possibly afford to play Uro piles, but I don't really think that that's true. At least to the extent that people feel like it's just not represented. I just think that's just not true. And I have not played against very many Uro decks this week. I do actually just kind of think that the metagame is relatively hostile to like specifically the 4-color Uro pile and just Uro piles in general. Good draw. I think my opponent's probably sandbagging a Scourge because they know we have Thirst, but I'm still going to cast it. Is no banless Modern a balanced format yet? What? I came here for Treefolk Tribal Monk month. That's starting next week. Yeah, there's the Scourge. I think I still feel pretty good about thirsting there. I'm just gonna pass. If we draw a fetch land, we can Mystic Sanctuary. I guess we can't Sanctuary into Spiral. I'm gonna take 4 though. How does the all access token work? So you buy it, you get access to all the cards, and the idea is that this will allow you to play in all the PTQs that are coming next week. And they go away after the PTQs that are happening next week. But again, even with the very popular notion that no one can possibly afford to play Uro decks. I haven't seen an uptick in them, and I do feel like the metagame is generally hostile to Uro piles, and I don't really perceive them as being oppressive or dominant. Thanks, Mac. Appreciate you popping in to say some words of encouragement. It's nice of you. I keep looking for these lands, and I can't find them in any of the goat bots. The token is $25. It's $25 for 2 weeks of any card you want, which is an interesting rate. Yeah, I pay $50 for Mana Traders, and so it's like basically the same. Probably shouldn't have F6'd, but whatever. I think that these are unglued basics. Might be to collect data as much as possible to some of those months. I don't know. I find the conspiracy theories be super exhausting. Wizards is trying to kill Magic Online. I don't know. I know that's not what you're saying, but the people who are always trying to figure out what Wizards is up to, which is not what you're doing, just in general. There's a lot of that in the chat. I just find it super exhausting. This has been my plan. I'm gonna stick to this. I mean, $600 a year that's what I pay on Mana Traders already, you know? And it would also, it's a ton. It's a ton of money, for sure. But I already pay it, and it's like, you know, not through a third party. So, you know, it doesn't seem so outrageous to me. Yeah, I wasn't trying to call you out, Kodo. I know that you weren't talking about it. Just there's just like a lot of comments on the channel about, do you think Wizards is killing Pioneer in order to have Historic be the real format? And Wizards are the ones that made Pioneer, you know? And Wizards just wants, you know, I think they understand that like multiple formats can coexist, and multiple formats can flourish at the same time. And it's just always so silly to me that a company would ever like intentionally tank a product of theirs to try to make the consumer base like spend about the same amount of, like if they have a consumer base that's spending money and time on one aspect of their game, why would they tank a product so that they'll spend about the same amount of money in a different format? It just makes no sense to me. And I just get a lot of comments like that. There's all these really invested players, and we don't care that they're invested in this, we want them to be invested in Standard, so we're going to ruin what they like so they come and play this other thing. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. Where's my companion I can put in my hand? This is way more common than you think in marketing. Yeah, I guess I should admit that I don't know anything about anything. I'm just, all I know how to do is cast spells, so don't listen to me. I'm just giving my take. I'm not a wise person. Well, I do create the ban list, that is true. But I just kind of throw things at a dartboard. And the Lurrus is just so good in this matchup. Like, I don't really feel like I can afford to lose an answer to Lurrus. We can also Sanctuary back Charm and steal a Shadow next turn. Turn on Field of the Dead. Yeah, Charm kills Shadow for over 13, which is why we're strategically taking 5 here. Very strategic. That's a really good draw. So I guess maybe what I'll do here then is Fatal Push Shadow, Mystic Sanctuary Fatal Push, then Jace into the push and kill the Luris. I'll leave up another black so I could draw another 1 mana. I guess I can't cast both, of course. Good turn. Have I considered running Death Cloud in this list? No, not even a tiny bit. Not even for a moment have I considered Death Cloud. If they spend their turn to boil, we go down to 3 lands, but we do have, you know, a Jace run tapping with. I think they have it. Nope, it's a Lightning Bolt on Jace. Yeah, they've got a really stacked hand, or a full hand at least. They've been missing land drops too. Kill a zombie, return Luris. Do I chump? I think I'm not going to. So the card underneath this is Growth Spiral. Where's our Spider-Man? Where's our hero? We got Luris and 4 other cards. Inquisition me, please. I'm gonna block if they attack. Make him cast a spell. Yeah, Modern's really fun right now. Modern's been really good for a while. Well, that's a card in their deck, I guess. Sure. Kind of interesting against Fields of the Dead decks. It's kind of cute. Rakdos Charm. Used to be a Modern staple when Twin was around. There would be this dance you would do. This beautiful, magnificent dance. Where you would pretend like you had never seen the Twin combo before when they go for it. And you go, how does this work? And then they immediately know that you have Rakdos Charm in your hand, in your hand, and then they say, well, then they think, can they beat Rakdos Charm? And then they play around it, and it's just like a weird dance. I always thought it was real funny. I guess I should save this for Luris, so kind of wish the top cards in my library were a bit better. Yeah, it just happened every time. It's like you just pretend like you had never seen the Twin combo before. Well, how does this work? So you tap it and then what happens? You make another copy of Deceiver Exarch, okay, and then it untaps. Wow, that's pretty good. So how many copies of Deceiver Exarch are you making? Yeah, maybe that wasn't what I should. Maybe I should have tried to find a different way to bluff it. I think I need to save the zombie to block a Scourge next turn. I need to draw something good. That can be good. I think I'm just drawing 2 so I can make zombies. You know. Cool. Would I be against Wizards supplying a subscription service with all cards that count for $20 a month that would kill everybody's collections? I would do it. I don't know. I would be happy about it because I would be really happy with the service. I don't know. It would definitely benefit me, and I would be very happy to buy it. I don't know. Killing everybody's MTGO collections prices does stink. But I personally, all I care about is playing the game, and I don't really care about money. I just want to play. We got no cards in their hand. Here he is. Ah! That's Uro saving the day here. Esther says, can you stop doing that? No! What? For Uro saving the day like Spider-Man? She says, oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Can you stop doing that? No, I can't. What is that for? It's for Uro saving the day like Spider-Man. Oh, okay, that's fine. Well, you got any better ideas? Hold on. Sure thing to know. Okay, I think we don't want to crack the the Vista yet, since we could draw the second Field of the Dead to make an extra zombie. Yeah, this has been a decent bet, I think. You got Bruned last night? Hell yeah. I didn't Bruned anybody this week, because I'm trying to prep for the PTQs. I don't think the deck is quite that good. I think it's okay. Whoa! Dr. Octopus. Oh, it also reduces their life total. They can't. That's kind of a risky thing to do. Now they're dead to any removal spell. Is there Odom? Yeah. I mean, any removal spell kills them here. Any land makes zombies. So I think I'm just attacking with Uro, but could maybe been a bit more gutsy and attacked with everybody. Doesn't seem like that would have been correct, but it would have won us the game. So now we're to Teamer Battle Rage and only Teamer Battle Rage. If you fetch before life lost, there's one less life. Oh, that's a good point. It's good to think about if you could. Yes, we could have saved a life there. Haven't played around that before. Good thing to catch. I'm doing well, JK. How are you doing? Well, I mean, if my opponent had Teamer Battle Rage, we're dead, but they would just main phase it, right? Guess not. Damn it! What a game. What a game.